Hello everyone, DeckTrolls here, and today is part 3 of the Red Eyes deck profiles. Today, it's going to be my older brother's deck profile, but he doesn't want to do it himself, so I'm going to do it for him. Alright, so here we go. Got 1 Red Eyes Darkness Metal Dragon. You can special summon this card from your hand by banishing 1 face-up dragon type monster you control. Once per turn, you can special summon 1 dragon type monster from your hand or graveyard except Red Eyes Darkness Metal Dragon. Let me just check something real quick. Yeah, okay. Got 3 Red Eyes Black Dragon. One Red Eyes Black Flare Dragon. It's a Gemini Monster, so this card is treated as a normal monster while face up on the field or in the graveyard. While this card is normal summoned on the field, you can normal summon it to become an effect monster with an effect. If damage calculation is performed involving this card at the end of the battle phase, you can inflict damage to your opponent equal to this card's original attack. You can only use this effect of Red Eyes Black Flare Dragon once per turn. Got 2, the Black Stone of Legend. You contribute this card, special summon 1 level 7 or lower Red Eyes monster from your deck, except Red Eyes Beachick. If this card is in your graveyard, you can target 1 level 7 or lower Red Eyes monster in your graveyard, except Red Eyes Beachick, shuffle it into the deck, and if you do, add this card to your hand. You can only use the effect of the Black Stone of Legend once per turn. One effect per turn and only once that turn. Got 2 Black Metal Dragon. You can target 1 Red Eyes monster you control except Red Eyes Beachick. Equip this monster from your hand to your side of the field to that target. It gains 600 attack. If this card is sent from the field to the graveyard, you can add 1 Red Eyes card from your deck to your hand, except Red Eyes Beachick. Got 2 Gearfried, the Red Eyes Iron Knight. Once per turn, if either player equips cards to this card, you can destroy those equipped cards. Then you can destroy 1 spell or trap card your opponent controls. Once per turn, you can send 1 equipped card you control to the 1 equipped card you control that is equipped to this card to the graveyard. Then target 1 level 7 or lower Red Eyes monster in your graveyard and special summon it. Got 2 Red Eyes Baby Dragon. When this card is destroyed by a battle and sent to the graveyard, you can special summon 1 level 7 or lower Red Eyes monster from your deck. And if you do, equip this card from the graveyard to it. It gains 300 attack. If this card is sent to the graveyard while equipped with a monster, add 1 level 1 dragon type monster from your deck to your hand. One Meteor Dragon Red Eyes Impact. It is a Gemini, so this card is treated as a normal monster while face up on the field or in the graveyard. While this card is normal summoned on the field, you can normal summon it to have it become an effect monster with this effect. Other Red Eyes monsters you control cannot be destroyed by battle or card effects. Got 3 the King of D. This card names become Lord of D while on the field. When this card is normal summoned, you can discard 1 spell or trap card and add the Flute of Summoning Dragon, Melody Awakening Dragon, or Dragon's Revival Rhapsody from your deck to your hand. Got 1 Summoned Skull. And lastly, for the monsters, 2 Ghost Ogre and Snow Rabbit. During either player's turn, when a monster on the field activates its effect, or when a spell or trap card is already face up on the field activates its effect, you can send this card from your hand to the or field to the graveyard, destroy that card on the field. You can only use the effect of Ghost Ogre and Snow Rabbit once per turn. Alright, next up for the spells we have 3 Red Eyes Insight. Send 1 Red Eyes monster from your hand or deck to the graveyard. Add 1 Red Eyes spell or trap card from your deck to your hand. Except Red Eyes Insight, you can only activate 1 Red Eyes Insight per turn. Have 3 Red Eyes Fusion. Fusion summon 1 fusion monster that lists Red Eyes monsters as materials from your extra deck, using monsters from your hand, deck, or your side of the field as fusion materials. And if you do, its name becomes Red Eyes B Dragon. You cannot normal summon or special summon other monsters the turn you activate this card. You can only activate Red Eyes Fusion once per turn. Two cards of the Redstone. Send 1 level 7 Red Eyes monster from your hand to the graveyard, draw 2 cards. Then you can send 1 level 7 Red Eyes monster from your deck to the graveyard. You can only activate this effect of Red Eyes Stone once per turn. You have 3 Return of the Dragonlords. Target 1 level 7 or 8 dragon type monster in your graveyard, special summon it. If a dragon type monster you control would be destroyed by battle or card effect, you can banish this card from your graveyard instead. Two Silver's Cry. Target 1 dragon type normal monster in your graveyard, special summon that target. You can only activate 1 Silver's Cry per turn. 2 Dragon Revival Rhapsody. If you control a spellcaster type monster, you can target up to 2 dragon type monsters in your graveyard, including at least 1 normal monster. Special summon them. Your opponent takes no battle damage this turn. You can only activate 1 Dragon Revival Rhapsody per turn. One Soul Charge. Target any number of monsters in your graveyard, special summon them, and if you do, you lose 1000 life points for each monster special summoned by this effect. You cannot conduct your battle phase the turn you activate this card. You can only activate 1 Soul Fusion per turn. Lastly for the spells, 1 Monster Reborn. Target 1 monster in either player's graveyard and special summon it. For the traps, we have 2 Return of the Red Eyes. If you control a Red Eyes monster, except Red Eyes B-Chick, you can target 1 normal monster in your graveyard, special summon it. If this card is in your possession is destroyed by an opponent's card effect and sent to the graveyard, you can target 1 Red Eyes monster in your graveyard, except Red Eyes B-Chick, special summon it. You can only use this effect of each effect of Red Eyes, Return of the Red Eyes once per turn. Have 3 Red Eyes Fang with Chain. Target 1 Red Eyes monster you control. Equip this card to it. It can make up to 2 attacks on monsters during each battle phase. You can send this equipped card to the graveyard, then target 1 effect monster on the field. Equip that target to the monster this card was equipped to, and if you do, while a monster is equipped to it by this effect, it gains attack. Its attack and defense becomes equal to the original attack and defense of that monster. Equipped monster. Sorry, I slaughtered that a little. And the last one is 1 Red Eyes Spirit. Target 1 Red Eyes monster in your graveyard, except Red Eyes B-Chick, special summon it. Alright. For the extra deck, we got 1 Meteor Black Comet Dragon. Fusion requires 1 level 7 Red Eyes monster, 1 level 6 Dragon type monster. If this card is fusion summoned, you can send 1 Red Eyes monster from your hand or deck to the graveyard, and if you do, inflict damage to your opponent equal to half the original attack of that monster. If this card was sent from the monster zone to the graveyard, you can target 1 normal monster in your graveyard and special summon it. One Archfiend Black Skull Dragon, my bad. Requires 1 level 6 Archfiend normal monster, 1 Red Eyes normal monster. You can only special summon Archfiend Black Skull Dragon once per turn. If this card attacks or is attacked, your opponent cannot activate cards or effects until the end phase of the damage step. If damage calculation is performed involving this fusion summoned monster, my bad, at the end of the battle phase, you can target 1 Red Eyes normal monster in your graveyard, inflict damage to your opponent equal to its attack in the graveyard, then shuffle it into the deck. 1 Red Eyes Slash Dragon. Requires 1 Red Eyes Bee Dragon and a warrior monster. When a Red Eyes monster declare an attack, you can target 1 warrior monster in your graveyard, equip it to this card as a spell with this effect. The equipped monster gains 200 attack when a card or effect is activated that targets a card you control. Quick effect. You can send this card. I'm sorry, the letters are small. You can send 1 equipped card you control to the graveyard, negate the activation, and if you do, destroy that card. If this card is destroyed by battle or card effect, you can special summon as many monsters from your graveyard as possible that were equipped to this card. 1 numbered 42 Galaxy Tomahawk. Requires 2 level 7s. Once per turn, you can detach 2 materials from this card, special summon as many Battle Eagle token machine type monsters, their wind level 6, attack 2000 and defense 0 as possible, but destroy them during the end phase of this turn. You also take no further battle damage this turn. 1 number 11 Big Eye. Requires 2 level 7 monsters. Once per turn, you can detach 1 material from this card, then target 1 monster your opponent controls, take control of that monster. This card cannot attack the turn you activate this effect. 2 Red Eyes Flare Metal Dragon. Requires 2 level 7 monsters. Cannot be destroyed by card effects while this card has Xyz material. While this card has Xyz material, each time your opponent activates a card or effect, inflict 500 points of damage to your opponent immediately after it resolves. Once per turn, during either player's turn, you can detach 1 material from this card, then target 1 Red Eyes normal monster in your graveyard and special summon it. Got 1 Firewall Dragon. Requires 2 or more Link monsters. So you get it. Link 4. Once while face up on the field, quick effect, you can target monsters on the field and or in the graveyard up to the number of monsters co-linked to this card. Return them to the hand. If a monster this card points to is destroyed by battle or sent to the graveyard, you can special summon 1 monster from your hand. 1 Sharyuja Skulldread. 2 monsters with different names, Link 4, so you know, up to 4. This card gains effects based on the number of materials used for its Link summon. 2 or more. If a monster is normal summoned or special summoned to a zone this card points to, that monster gains 300 attack and defense. 3 or more. Once per turn, you can special summon 1 monster from your hand. 4, you can when this card is Link summoned, you can draw 4 cards, then place 3 cards from your hand to the bottom of the deck in any order. 1 Barlow Dragon. Link 4 requires 3 effect monsters. Neither player can target this card with monster effects. Once per turn, quick effect, you can target 1 face-up monster on the field. It loses 500 attack and defense. Your opponent cannot activate cards or effects in response to this effect's activation. At the start of the damage step, if this card attacked an opponent's monster, you can place that opponent's monster in a zone this card points to and take control of it. but send it to the graveyard during the end phase of the next turn. Got 1 Trigate Wizard. Link 3 requires 2 or more monsters except tokens. This card gains these effects based on the number of monsters co-linked to this card. 1 or more. If a monster co-linked to this card battles an opponent's monster, any battle damage it inflicts to your opponent is doubled. 2 or more. Once per turn, you can target 1 monster on the field and banish it. 3. Once per turn, when a card or effect is activated, quick effect, you can negate the activation, and if you do, banish that target. Oh, banish that card, my bad. 2 Proxy Dragons. Requires 2 monsters. If a card or cards you control would be destroyed by battle or card effect, you can destroy one of your monsters this card points to instead. 1 Quill Genius. Requires 2 machine monsters. This link summon card is unaffected by spells and trap effects and the activated effects of other linked monsters. Once per turn, you can target 1 face-up card on the field, each player's field, except this card. Both those cards have their effects negated until the end of this turn. When 2 monsters are special summoned at the same time to the zones this card points to, you can add 1 level 5 or higher machine type monster from your deck to your hand. Lastly, 1 Link Spider. Requires 1 normal monster. Once per turn, you can special summon 1 level 4 or lower normal monster from your hand to a zone this card points to. Alright guys, that is my older brother's Red Eyes deck profile. So yeah, it is not budget friendly. I'm sure you're aware. So yeah, please make sure to like and subscribe. I have 100 plus budget friendly deck profiles. I don't just post my own, I post others as well. Yeah, please make sure to like and subscribe. Most importantly, have fun.